It's time we get to the portion of the show where we ask our latest question in the series of questions, 99 questions about the college football season. Today's question is, which stadium is best in the Triangle? Which stadium is best? And that is, which stadium is best for being conducive to a great game, right? Bringing an atmosphere. Does it get loud? Does it, I don't know, if you want to work in like traffic and construction, if you want to work in concessions, like what is the best stadium? And this is where I have to admit, I'm actually kind of a bad fan when it comes to attending games in stadiums. Right? When people get to talk about all the stadiums that they've been in, I really can't compete in those conversations. For most of my early fandom, right, when fandoms are born, I was playing, right? So you can't really make it to many stadiums when you have games every weekend. So I was always watching on TV. I played in some cool stadiums, but I never really got to watch. As a media member, you don't really get the fan experience, right? Even if you go to a stadium, if you're in the media box where you can't cheer, where the food might be free
or stale
or non-existent, or maybe was there at the beginning of the game, but then everybody ate it and you showed up right at kickoff because you were down on the field and then all the food is gone. I'm just saying we can complain.
No, let me call my baby ugly. What am I doing? We live in the best part of the area for college football. We have Bojangles, we have Cookout, we have so many great options for catering at these stadiums. So yeah, North Carolina Duke and NC State, all world-class catering options.
But my point is, like,
Smithfield's Barbecue.
We don't sit in like or at least I don't sit in like section 213 very often. You know what I mean? I don't have to go wait in line for a hot dog. So that's not really the fan experience. By the way, I think it's less fun. I think it's less fun to do what we do. It's awesome because we get to do it and it's part of our job. But I think it's more fun to be amongst the fans. And then since I've like taken over hosting shows, right, rather than being beat reporter and stuff, a lot of times I think it's easier to pay attention, take notes, not miss anything, see the replays from home. So I don't have a huge array of history with stadiums and, oh, this one's so much better, this one's not. I know some people like ranking them, but I think it's one of my blind spots in college sports.
See, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but Graham Hill gets it done when he goes to a college football game. I have the radio broadcast in my AirPods. I have the game.
Shebang.
I'm in the press box, so I'm seeing the on-field action, but on my monitor, I also have the Hulu Live broadcast. So like I'm like the replay booth, honestly. I can tell you, I'm over here telling people to the left of me, I think that was definitely out.
I mean, first of all, I respect all that grind. But even then, like, I don't know if you get the crowd erupting as much, right? Because you got to stay quiet in the press box.
Or you might not even hear it in the press box.
True. Or sometimes this used to happen at Virginia Tech when I covered Virginia Tech. They used to give like the opposing team a box right next to the media room. And I remember they were playing, I think it was Purdue. And Purdue like ran back a kickoff or an interception or something. And it was like the president's box, right? Like Purdue's school president's box. And they went bananas. And because the press box is always quiet, you would just hear them going crazy, which never felt right. But ESPN put out a list of the top 25 stadiums in college football, which is what kind of sparked this question. There was a school from North Carolina on the list. But it's not NC State. It's not UNC. It's not Wallace Wade and Duke. Kid Brewer Stadium made the list at number 23. So I just want to give a shout out to the Mountaineers, one of the top 25 stadiums in college football. And also I want to give a shout out to Graham Hill because you just heard it, right? He's a stadium guy. He'll go, he'll show up, he'll talk. So I'm putting you on the spot here.
Uh-oh.
As somebody that has done more of that recently, Wallace Wade, Carter Finley, Keenan. Personal preference. Give us the Graham Hill ranking.
Man.
Now, this is not, by the way, and this is the way the article was phrased. This is not a mark on like which program is more fun, which program is better, which this, which that. It's really just about the stadium. So, like if you're a fan of a team and you're third here, I think you shouldn't be mad. It's a building, right?
I was just going to say, first things first, yeah, shout out to App State. I personally have never been to a game up there in Boone, so maybe that's on my bucket list I need to cross off.
That's an easy one to cross off the bucket list. All the others are far away.
But it says that this is one of the most beautiful scenes in all of college football, and it's hard to disagree with that
it's
with
up
the
there
mountain
in Boone,
scenery.
yeah.
So, I mean, as far as just – I think I was reading – it's actually funny. There's some guy on Twitter. I can't remember what his name is, but I was watching his clips last night, and he does what's called the walk-in challenge.
Okay.
Where he just tries to he
goes to different stadiums, but he doesn't tell them he's coming. He just tries to find an open gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was at Kid Brewer last night. He said that there's only 2 stadiums that he can point to that have that kind of scenic view of all those trees and everything. It's App State and Stanford. So that puts App State in a very notable, prestigious class. Out of the 3 schools in the I'm trying to evade the original questions. I don't want to upset anybody.
I can tell a story though. I played at the University of Delaware. We used to have a gate that was never locked, so we could get into the game field and throw.
Right.
Like quarterbacks and receivers would go in there, and late at night you could turn the lights on and throw. And then one day we showed up and it was locked. And I went to the director of football operations, right? Because I was the quarterback, supposed to be a leader. I was like, "Hey man, any way we could get we get another loophole or another just left open gate so we can get in there and practice?"
Some stadiums are better about it than others. There's one school in the Triangle that, I don't know if I should. Well, yeah, I could say they have security cameras. Keenan Memorial Stadium, their gates are always open.
And
one of my roommates used to go in there and do his homework when he went to school at Carolina.
It's a funny little background. But the director of football operations, who I don't think is there anymore, I won't get him in trouble, just took a key out of his desk and put it on his desk, and then without saying anything, just walked away. I just grabbed the key and walked away quickly. And then for the rest of my time there, I had a key to get into the stadium. And when I left it to a guy that I knew that was on the team. I'm like, "Hey, man, if you're going to work out, here it is."
All right, moment of truth. Wallace Wade Stadium, Carter Finley Stadium, Keenan Memorial Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Wallace Wade Stadium. And the reason
Number
why.
one?
Yeah, I might have gotten spoiled a little bit just because this past year going to my first Duke game.
Was the Clemson game?
No, it was the Notre Dame game.
Okay.
So I got to experience
Another
college game day and everything. So that kind of heightens it a little bit. The one caveat is that Wallace Wade has retractable glass that will either lift up or be lowered so that if you want, you can get the stadium atmosphere.
Oh, you're talking about the media.
Yeah, so they can open the press box windows.
I was like, there's no my uncle played at Duke, so he's always been kind of Duke. And I just remember him talking about the Wallace Wade Stadium. You walk down. That was what I knew about it earlier, right? It's in a hole.
So that's one thing. And then also they're very generous about letting just media members, even if you're not down there doing photography or video, they'll let you just go on the sidelines.
Most schools allow that if they have space.
Right.
Some schools the fans to the sideline is 2 yards.
And Carter Finley Stadium doesn't allow it.
And you just can't. And if you have an old school track around or whatever, then they let it. All right, so Wallace Wade 1. I'm holding you 2 and 3.
Oh, so I'm doing 1, 2, and 3. All right, 2. I gotta go with NC State.
Okay, Carter Finley.
I gotta say NC State is easy parking. You actually park right in the tailgate lots. And I know some people might be saying, is that really that easy parking? That just kind of helps, to me, build up the excitement of walking in to the stadium for a big NC State game, especially at night.
That probably would have been the 1 seed, but you going with Wallace Wade, going with your heart.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to throw a little wrench in the system of my rankings. And then Keenan Memorial Stadium, number 3. Nothing against Keenan Memorial Stadium. I mean, if anything, I'm a fan of the Tar Heel Blue seating, the Tar Heel Blue outline around the sidelines. It's just their press box needs some
some
upgrades.
We see what's going on there.